Hello students, welcome to this next session on voltage shunt feedback amplifier. This is also called inverting feedback amplifier. So we'll be talking of the parameters closed loop voltage gain as well as the input inverting terminal at virtual ground. So in the last sessions we talked about voltage series feedback amplifier. So these are the resources used for preparation of these slides. So coming to voltage shunt feedback amplifier, the input voltage derives the inverting terminal and the amplifier as well as the output signal is also applied to the inverting terminal via the feedback resistor RF. This arrangement forms a negative feedback because any increase in the output signal results in a feedback signal into the inverting input, causing a decrease in the output signal. Note that the non-inverting terminal is grounded and the feedback circuit has only one resistor RF. However, an extra resistor R1 is connected in series with the input signal source Vin. So we'll first derive formulae for the voltage gain, input and output resistances, bandwidth and the total output offset voltage, and then we'll study the special case of this configuration. So this figure shows the voltage shunt feedback amplifier using an op-amp. As discussed, you can see we have applied input as well as the feedback to this negative terminal or inverting terminal. Feedback circuit consists of RF only. So this we can very well see. This is again, this circuit is equivalent to this circuit. So we'll start with the first parameter of voltage shunt feedback amplifier, that is the closed loop voltage gain. So the closed loop voltage gain AF of voltage shunt feedback amplifier can be obtained by writing KCL or Kirchhoff's current law at node V2. We can see this node V2 in this circuit. Now here the input current In is divided into two parts, IF plus IB. IF is the feedback current which is going into the resistance RF, and IB is the input bias current going into the op-amp. Now we can write In is equal to IF plus IB. We also know that the input resistance of this op-amp Ri is very large or infinite in case of an ideal op-amp. So the input bias current IB is negligibly small. For a typical 741C, Ri is 2 mega ohm and Ib is 0.5 microampere. So we can write In equal to If. We can neglect Ib. We can also write In, which is the input current, in terms of V by R, because it is a current going through resistance R1. So we can write the voltage across resistance as V in minus V2 divided by R1. So this is the current In. Similarly, we can write V by R equation for RF. Now here the voltage across RF is V2 minus VO, and the current becomes V2 minus VO divided by RF. So from this equation we can also say, we also know that A is equal to V naught by VID, and from here we can say that V naught by V1 minus V2, where VID is the differential voltage between the terminal positive and negative of the op amp. Here we can see Vin is the input at positive terminal of op amp and V2 is the voltage at negative terminal of op amp. So we can write from here V1 minus V2 is equal to V naught by A. And here we can also see V1 is grounded, or the positive terminal is grounded here. So V1 is equal to 0 volt. So we can say from here that V2 is equal to minus V naught by A. So now we can put the value of V2 equal to minus V naught by A in equation which we earlier derived, V1 minus V2 by R1 is equal to V2 minus V0 by RF. Now we can write this equation as Vin minus V0 by A divided by R1 equal to minus V0 by A minus V0 by RF. So from here we can get R1 or RF into Vin minus V0 by A is equal to minus of V0 by A minus V0 into R1. So from here we get Vin RF equal to minus V0 by A into R1 minus V0 R1 plus V0 by A into RF. So from here we can get Vin into ARF is equal to minus V0 R1 minus V0 R1 A plus V0 RF, and from here we get AF, which is equal to V0 by Vin equal to minus of ARF divided by R1 plus RF plus AR1, and this is the exact value of closed loop voltage gain. So the negative sign indicates that input and output are out of phase by 180 degree or of opposite polarity. In fact, because of this phase inversion, this configuration is commonly called inverting amplifier with feedback. Now, since the internal gain A of op-amp is very high, we know that AR1 is much greater than R1 plus RF. So from here we can write AF is equal to V0 by V in, which is nothing but minus of RF by R1. This equation shows that the gain of inverting amplifier is set by selecting the ratio of feedback resistance R1 and input resistance RF. So this RF and this R1. So the ratio of RF and R1 can be set to any value whatsoever, even less than 1. So in case of voltage series feedback amplifier, the minimum gain was 1, but here we can set it less than 1. Because of this property of gain equation, the inverting amplifier configuration with feedback lends itself to a majority of application as against those of inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier. So now we want to rewrite or express this equation in form of equation in 6, which says AF is equal to A over 1 plus AB, where A is the open loop voltage gain, B is the feedback circuit gain, and AB is the loop gain. Now this is a standard form for representing a system with feedback and also indicates the relationship between different variables of the system. This approach helps to simplify the analysis of complex closed loop networks, particularly if they are composed of non-resistive feedback circuits. It also helps to compare and contrast inverting and non-inverting amplifier configurations. So here, to begin, we divide the numerator and denominator with R1 plus RF. So AF, that becomes ARF over R1 plus RF divided by 1 plus AR1 over R1 plus RF with a negative sign. So which can be written in terms of minus AK over 1 plus AB, because B is R1 plus RF, which is the gain of feedback circuit. Now we can write this RF over R1 plus RF equal to K. This is also called the voltage attenuation factor. So we can have the block diagram of inverting amplifier with feedback as K, which is there in the input side. This block is added to the non-inverting amplifier. There is two changes, this negative sign as well as this K. Now the comparison of equation with feedback equation indicates that there is a negative sign, That means a phase inversion in the closed loop gain of inverting amplifier, and this is K times the closed loop gain of non-inverting amplifier, where K is less than 1. So the one line block diagram of inverting amplifier with feedback is shown in this figure. The reason for the block diagram is twofold. First one is to facilitate the analysis of this inverting amplifier, and second one to express the performance equation in same form as that of non-inverting amplifier. So here I already told you two changes, K and this negative sign. So to derive the ideal closed loop equation, we can write that AB is much greater than 1, then 1 plus AB is nearly equal to AB, which makes AF equal to K by B, and from here we can write AF is equal to RF by R1. That is the resulting from this one line diagram. Next is very important point, that is the inverting input terminal at virtual ground. So in the figure of inverting amplifier, we have seen that the non-inverting input terminal is grounded and the input signal is applied to the inverting terminal via resistance R1. However, as discussed earlier, we also know that the difference input voltage is ideally 0. That is, the voltage at the input inverting terminal V2 is approximately equal to that of the inverting terminal V1, non-inverting terminal V1. So in other words, inverting terminal V2 is approximately at ground potential because V1 is connected to ground. Therefore, the inverting terminal is said to be at virtual ground. This concept is extremely useful for analysis of closed loop inverting amplifier circuit. So from this concept of virtual ground, we can obtain closed loop gain also. So we know that the input current In is nearly equal to the feedback current IF in this circuit. We also know In can be written in form of voltage by resistance, because In going into the resistance R1, this can be written as Vin minus V2 by R1. Similarly, the current in RF can be written as V2 minus VO by RF. Now we know that the difference input voltage is ideally 0, that is, the voltage at inverting terminal V2 is approximately equal to the non-inverting terminal. So V1 is grounded. This makes V2 almost equal to 0. This is the reason that V2 is also called virtual ground. So from here we can write V1 is equal to V2 equal to 0 volt, and V2 point is called virtual ground point. So putting V2 equal to 0, we get V1 by R1 is equal to minus of V0 by RF. From here we get AF is equal to V0 by Vin, which is equal to minus RF by R1. That is the same result which we obtained earlier. The same result we can get by using the concept of inverting input terminal at virtual ground. So this point in this inverting configuration is called virtual ground point. This is one of the most important concepts. So still now we have talked of voltage shunt feedback amplifier, and we talked of two parameters. One is voltage gain parameter and another is gain of feedback circuit. So we talked AF, which is minus, now most important thing is minus of ARF over R1 plus RF plus AR1. This is the exact value, and AF is equal to minus RF by R1. This is the ideal value. Now we also write AF is equal to minus AK over 1 plus AB, where K is RF over R1 plus RF. This is also called the voltage attenuation factor. And another thing, we calculated B, that is R1 over R1 plus RF. So here in this lecture we talked of voltage shunt feedback amplifier, and we have calculated the closed loop voltage gain and also studied that the inverting input terminal is at ground or virtual ground. In the next class we will talk of input resistance with feedback and output resistance with feedback.